Hello everybody, it's Foo here, back with another Why You Should Use video. The video is where we give you the lowdown on all the new Pokemon, telling you all about their stats, abilities, moves, and the best sets for you to use them. Today we're looking at Cinderace, the evolution of Scorbunny. Fiery hot and amazing. So many different sets you can use with this thing. It's a really interesting Pokemon with an amazing hidden ability. But over on John's channel,
we're going to be looking at the pseudo-legendary Pokemon for these games, Dragapult. It's incredibly cool, incredibly powerful, but before we get into that beast, it's time to talk about Cinderace. And this is a Pokemon that really surprised me. I didn't have a lot of faith in, what the evolution was going to be. A lot of people said it was going to be firefighting again, and instead we have gotten the striker Pokemon Cinderace. Football, in the flavor text, because it's the English, it does say soccer. I get it, not everyone's happy with that, but I think the design's really cool. This Pokemon's very surprising, especially when we start looking at its stats. The first thing that really stands out to me here is that it gets a brand new ability, Libero, and this is just like Protean. It changes the Pokemon's type to the type of the move it's about to use, which is just incredible. When it does get this ability, as it is a hidden ability right now, and we don't know when or how it will get it, it is going to have stab moves for days. Anything it goes for will get that stab bonus, which is incredibly good for this Pokemon. It's obviously just a pure fire type. The rest of the starters just a pure typing. It has, the pure typing ability that starters get with Blaze, and then its stats are actually really solid. I really love this generation. They're a lot more specialized. So 119 speed, 116 attack, and then decent bulk. The 65 special attack, you really want to stay away from that. Most fire types are, going to be special attackers, especially with starters. Almost all of the other starter Pokemon have at least 100 in special attack. So it's really amazing to see that they just went all in, dumped that into attack and speed, and this is going to be really fun to use.
In terms of the attacks it can run, the offensive attacks, it's got an amazing signature move in Pyro Ball. This is a base 120 power move with 90 accuracy, and that slightly shaky accuracy is really the only downside to this move, as well as low PP. But it does have a 10% chance to burn as well, so this is an amazing move. It's the same power as Flare Blitz, but you take no recoil, so it's really good. The other moves of note, it gets a lot of fighting type coverage, though it's not a fire fighting type. Game Freak have done as close to possible with this Pokemon, but that's okay because firefighting is very good coverage, and High Jump Kick is a very powerful fighting type move to run. It also gets U-Turn, which is amazing for momentum, and then a ton of coverage. Things like Gunk Shot, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, and Double Edge are all powerful moves that it can use. And also some priority in things like Sucker Punch and Quick Attack. In terms of setup, it gets agility to boost its speed further. It is very fast already, so you might not need to do that. And it's also got Bulk Up and Work Up to boost up its offenses. Bulk Up generally the better option there. And also Focus Energy if you want to critical hit stuff. Not the best set though, I don't think. In terms of utility, another signature move here, Court Change, which basically swaps the entry hazards on each side of the field. So if you've got Stealth Rock on your side, you can put them on your opponent's side and remove them from your side, which is really interesting. And it will be cool to see how that plays out in the meta. Other good utility moves are Baton Pass, Fast Taunt, which is amazing, Sunny Day to boost your fire type moves, and Endure, which we'll talk about in one of the sets.
The first set we're going to be looking at is a really standard choice set, either Choice Band or Choice Scarf, as this Pokemon has fantastic attack and speed, but a Choice Band or a Choice Scarf could really push it into the elite level, with the boost it's going to give it. Now, the Blaze ability is what we have to run at the current moment, but once it gets Libero, you slap it on this Pokemon and it's going to get so much better. Obviously, Pyro Ball is a fantastic move. One of the cooler signature moves I've seen in a little bit. But once this thing will get stabbed, High Jump Kick, Zen Headbutt, Double Edge, any of the other coverage, it's really going to be a problem. But 252 attack, 252 speed, that's very simple. Jolly or Adamant really just depends. If you do Choice Band, probably want to be Jolly. Choice Scarf, Adamant. And once we really get to the coverage, it can, change depending on your ability, but you definitely want to have Pyro Ball. You usually should have High Jump Kick on there. You're always going to be running U-Turn, and that final move slot, it's really going to depend. Double Edge, especially when you get Libero, could be really nice just for really solid, damage output. Stab Double Edge is crazy powerful, especially with the Choice Band. But Zen Headbutt, something we've been looking at, as we know Toxapex is going to be a huge threat. Pyro Ball, High Jump Kick won't be able to hit that, so just having super effective stab to hit, one of the bigger threats will be really nice.
The next set considers the setup moves that we've already mentioned, and it's going to be a Life Orb set so that you can switch up moves but still have a damage boost. Life Orb also combos well with the Blaze ability because it's more likely to get you down to that level of health to boost your fire type moves. But if Libero is available, then you can use that ability to get stab on all your other moves, so that's generally a better choice. And you're going to be max attack, max speed for this set. You can be a Jolly or an Adamant Nature depending on the setup move that you want to run. Bulk Up is there to boost your attack stats, so you probably want as much speed as possible with this set. And if you want to run Agility instead to boost your speed, you can probably run an Adamant Nature to boost your attack because you'll be so fast after that Agility. In terms of the attacking moves, Pyro Ball and High Jump Kick are almost obligatory on all sets. And then you've got the Zen Headbutt, as we talked about. It hits Toxapex and other important threats quite well. And or Gunk Shot could be there to hit things like Primarina that you wouldn't necessarily be able to hit otherwise.
I had to make sure we included a court change set for this Pokemon. Obviously, Cinderace is not a super bulky Pokemon, but this move is so incredible, and it could really change the tide in a battle. And we do have the brand new item, Heavy Duty Boots. I just feel like it's perfect. I really love it on this mon. So Heavy Duty Boots will allow you to switch in and not take any damage from any hazards. This is a fire type. Fire type Pokemon are very bad when it comes to, you know, switching in on Stealth Rocks, and they do get hit by Toxic Spikes and Spikes. So Heavy Duty Boots are going to be really, really nice. I do have max HP here just to, you know, really add to the longevity of this Pokemon. You probably don't want to be taking too many hits, but you do want to be able to go for court change and then probably live, so you can either threaten them out with Pyro Ball or High Jump Kick, or you turn out of there. But if you just want to go max attack, so this thing can, you know, even if there aren't hazards on the field, you can still be, you know, threatening offensively. That's completely up to you. The EVs are always up to change. We don't know what format you're going to be playing in, so that is just always something to keep an eye out on. But you do want to have max speed. You want to be able to outspeed and get that court change off. It's really simple. You know, it's like the rest of the sets, but court change is that really big highlight here. Obviously, if you can have Libero, that would be great, but regardless, I would love to see a few battles where someone won it because they were able to flip all those hazards to the other side.
The last set we're going to talk about is my personal favorite, and this is an Endure set, and it combos so well with so many aspects of Cinderace. In terms of items, you can have Weakness Policy here, or you can have a Pinch Berry, something like Salac Berry or Lychee Berry. Salac Berry boosts your speed when you're low health, Lychee Berry boosts your attack. The ability, I generally think Blaze is the way to go on this one. You can run Libero, but Blaze is generally the better option to take. And in terms of EVs, max attack and max speed, as pretty much all of these sets, and then a Jolly Nature. So what you're going to do is you're going to Endure, and your opponent's going to hit you with an attack, and it will take you down to 1 HP. Hopefully, if they're strong enough, that's actually what you want, because when you're down in that range, then your Salac Berry or your Lychee Berry will activate, and you'll get the stat boost. You'll also be put in Blaze range to boost your fire type damage, and you've got the move Reversal there, which becomes a base 200 power fighting type move when you're on 1 HP. So that's super strong and will hit so hard. And you can also have the Acrobatics on there, so that when you've used up your item, you've got a base 140 power flying type move to use. So you've got insanely powerful moves, you've got a boost from your item, you've got Blaze boost, and it just combos so well. Instead of the berries, I mentioned Weakness Policy. You have to hope that your opponent hits you with a super effective move. If they do, then you're going to get a boost to your attack, which is fantastic, and it works in exactly the same way apart from that. So really interesting set, very different, and you can definitely catch people off guard with this one.
Moving into doubles, this is definitely going to be a very offensive option, especially once it gets access to its ability. Libero, just having 4 attacking moves on there, all stab, able to hit a variety of big threats in the format. That will be amazing. But just in general, this Pokemon's going to be really offensive and has some pretty good utility moves. Ally Switch is always fantastic in doubles. Feint is going to be really, really nice for Pokemon protecting. And then there's a few other things like Low Sweep just for some, you know, speed control. Taunt can be really nice, Snarl. But when we really look at the Pokemon that can pair well with this, Dragon and Fairy type Pokemon especially, 2 of the better typings in the game, this Pokemon with that incredibly powerful Pyro Ball is going to obliterate Steel types, and it's going to be really easy for Dragon Pokemon and Fairy types paired up to it to really do some damage and win some games. Setup Pokemon are also going to really benefit from this Pokemon because of Ally Switch and Feint. Just 2 really solid moves to make it so Pokemon can set up, and then with Feint that the Pokemon can break through whatever they do want to break through. And the final thing, mostly electric, you know, Pokemon, as we do want them to take on the water types out there, but we do have Psychic, as Toxapex is undoubtedly going to be a huge problem in all of the competitive formats in this gen.
So that is our take on Cinderace. Scorbunny Squad, that is a good Pokemon, and you should be very happy about it. This Pokemon is really, really nice, and I think it will do very well. Pyro Ball is such a good move. If you want to see something completely different, Dragapult, the new pseudo-legendary, insane Pokemon, over on John's channel now. Really, really interesting stat spread, so you need to check that out. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and check out the playlist in the description. Consider subscribing for more. I've been Foo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.